Mukhang kailangan ko na naman palitan ng bubong ko, pare. Mag-iisang taon pa lang yan. May tulo na kagad.
Ay, bossing! Baka naman kasi hindi matibay yung ginamit nyo. Dapat ang gamitin mo ay cherry loom, ang yerong aluminum. Basta yero, cherry loom. Tibay protektado sa pangmatagalang yero.
Mainit at makabuluhang talakayan tungkol sa sports, kumpleto yan dito sa Power and Play. Mula sa mga paborito at naglalakihang atleta hanggang sa mga natatanging Pinoy sports figures na dapat niyong makilala. Ihahatid yan dito sa Power and Play. Power and Play with Noli, Eala.
Sa kapwa ko Pilipino, ipagmalaki ang galing na meron tayo. Ilantad ang likas nating talento at magdala ng saya sa mundo. Sa harap ng pagsubok ay di susuko, para sa pangarap tayo'y porsigido. Magpakitang gilas na at huwag magpatalo, ipag-iwang natin ang Pilipino. Yan ang Pinoy. Mula noon at hanggang ngayon, talento natin ang bida. Mula sa simpleng bakuran hanggang entablado natin ipakita. May pagsubok man ng Pinoy, pinalalakas ng saya. San man tayo sa pulo, Chumbe, Sibay, Lakay, Amiga. Sama-samang pakita ang galing natin katropa. Sa kapwa ko Pilipino.
Power and Play is presented by Cherry Loom, ang yerong may aluminum. Cherry Tigo, there's more to our cars. Joyride, ang bago ninyong kasundo.
Halina't makinig, talakayin natin ang laro. Gusto mo, pag-usapan natin, ibida ang hilig ng bawat Pilipino na merong taglay na galing. Bangon na, power and play na, bangon na.
Power and play.
Bangon na, power and play na, bangon na. Pilipinas tayo na, bangon na. Power and play na, bangon na. Bangon na, bangon na. Power and play na, bangon na.
Philippines, the wait is over! The goal is yours! Finally, Diaz!
Serena Bolden gets the first goal for the Philippines in the FIFA Women's World Cup.
Power and play.
Kahit tapos na po ang Paris Olympics, patuloy ang pagbubunyi at ang hamon sa mundo ng palakasan. Kaya pag-usapan po natin ngayong umaga, bango na! Power and Play na. Power and Play with Noli, Eala. Magandang umaga po sa inyo lahat mga kapatid. Kamusta po kayong lahat? Itong Sporty Saturday. Nakong ganda ng araw, no? Kinakamusta po natin kayong lahat mula sa aming TV5 Media Center. Dito po sa 1PH Studios. Ito po ang Power and Play. At ako po, si Noli, Eala. Kinakamusta po natin lahat ng ating mga tagapakinig sa Radyo 5, 92.3 True FM. Lahat po ng mga papasok ng kanilang mga tanggapan at mga pauwi sa kanilang mga tahanan. Si paring Jera Season naghahabol. Inabutan ata ng traffic, no? Producer Mike, pero naghahabol po ang ating partner na si Jera. In just a short while, makakasama natin siya. Of course, kinakamusta rin po natin lahat ng mga nanonood sa atin sa 1PH on Signal TV. Ako, Luzon, Visayas, Mindanao, lalong-lalo na dyan sa may area ng Subic. Nako, kamusta po kayong lahat, yung mga nanonood sa atin sa 1PH on Signal TV na may replay po sa RPTV, Channel 9, bukas po yan, Sunday ng umaga. Again, kamusta po kayong lahat? And of course, worldwide sa ating pong Facebook live streaming sa 1PH Radyo 5 at ng Power and Play. Tuloy-tuloy lang po ang pagpasok ng inyong mga comments. Nababasa po namin ito. Alam nyo ho, ako hindi masyadong techie. Pero nababasa po natin ito. At yung mga nagbibigay ng kanilang mga komentaryo sa Facebook, wag po kayong mag-alala. Isang araw sasagot po. Sasagutin ko lahat yung mga katanungan ninyo. Well, kagaya ng nabanggit ko, nag-uwi na po. Tapos na po ang Paris Olympics at nagbalik na ang ating mga bayani mula sa Olimpiada. Of course, sa pamumuno ni Carlos Yulo na nakakuha ng kanyang 2 gintong medalya. At of course, nandyan din po si Nesty Petesio at si Ira Villegas ng boxing na nakakuha naman ng bronze medals. Kasama ng buong delegasyon ng Pilipinas, sila po ay sinalubong ng ating Pangulo, Pangulong Bongbong Marcos sa Malacanang para bigyan ng isang Heroes Tribute o dinner at welcome, and of course gumala po sila sa pamamagitan ng isang parada sa buong lungsod ng Maynila para po makita at matanaw ng ating mga kababayan ang kabayanihan ng ating mga atletang Pilipino. Again, what a performance para po sa mga ito. Pinagbubunyi po ng buong sambayanan ang kanilang nagawa. Isang makasaysayan, historical moment para sa Philippine sports. Ito po ang pinakamagandang performance ng Pilipinas sa 100 taong paglaban ng bansa sa Olimpiada. And gusto rin natin siyempreng i-congratulate ang Signal TV for a fantastic performance, broadcast, and complete coverage ng Olympics para po sa ating lahat dito sa Pilipinas. Talaga naman pong napakaganda ng nangyaring pagtatanghal ng Signal TV throughout its platforms, including Pilipinas Act Live. And of course, we'd like to congratulate Ma'am Shena Olaso, ang buong pong pamunuan ng Signal TV, lahat po ng mga pinadalang mga tagapag-report ng Signal. Diyan po sa Paris, si Boom Gonzales, si Carlo Pamintuan at si Denise Tan, and of course the entire crew ng Signal TV for bringing us the action ng Paris Olympics. As we take a look at some of the highlights nung Heroes Welcome ng ating Team Philippines doon po sa Palasyo ng Malacanang. Noong pong isang araw yan, noong dumating ang ating delegation. You can see the President talking, of course, to Kaloy Yulo at ang POC President, si President Bumble Tolentino na nagbibigay ng kanyang pananalita. Siya nga pala, salamat kay Mayor Bumble sa mga pinadala mong item sa atin mula sa Team Philippines. Maraming salamat. It is very much appreciated. And again, congratulations. Pag tinitingnan natin, ito maganda ngayon. Tingnan nyo po yung mga napanalunan ni Kaloy Yulo. Dahil po, alam nyo po, ang presidente namigay po ng tigi-tigi 1 milyon sa lahat po ng ating mga atletang lumahok dyan sa Paris. Pero si Kaloy, naku, pambihira. Nakita nyo ba to? Ang kanya pong total earnings sa akin pong pagtansya, mahigit 70 million ang kanya pong natanggap dito po sa kanyang 2 gintong medalya. Kasama na po ang katakot-takot na mga incentives, katulad ng 32 million na kondo, 2 pong lupa, 2 ba yan? House and lot doon po sa Tagaytay at saka dyan sa Batangas. 2 ho yan. Meron pa siyang Land Cruiser Prado mula sa Toyota, yun ang latest. At kung ano-ano pa mga Unli flights, Unli products, Unli lifetime pizza, kung ano-ano ho yan, lifetime buffet. Hindi kaya tumaba ito si Kaloy Yulo sa dami ng incentives niya. But truly, he deserves all of this. And it is an inspiration. Yan po ay ang hamon. And of course, yan po ang magiging motivation. Hindi lamang po para sa inyong sarili, pero para sa isang atleta, pero para sa kanyang pamilya. Si Kaloy Yulo, katulad po ni Heidelin Diaz, made for life na po yan. Na-secure na niya ang kanyang pamilya, ang kanya pong kinabukasan. And that is the power of sports. Lagi nating sinasabi, it is a tool of nation building. It is a great equalizer. At yan po ang naidudulot sa mga atletang talaga namang nagbuwis ng kanilang pong buong buhay, nagsakripisyo, blood, sweat, and tears para maabot ang pinakamataas na level ng sports. Yan po ang Olympics. Again, congratulations to Kaloy Yulo. Magsawa ka sa lifetime buffet. Huwag ka lang tatabat. Meron pang 2028 na tayong paglalabanan na Kaloy. But again, congratulations of course to Nesty Petesio na nakakuha din ng mga bonus Kasama na rin si Ira Villegas na nanalo po ng bronze medal. Pambihirang paglahok, and certainly aabangan po natin muli sila sa 2028. Although, again, mga kapatid, medyo pinag-uusapan natin ang 2028 at alam naman po natin na katulad ngayon, ang boxing nakadalawang bronze medal. Noong pong Tokyo, nakatatlong bronze medal or rather medalya ang boxing, 2 silver at 1 bronze medal. Pero meron pong bali-balita na ang boxing, ang isang sport na kung saan ang Pilipino ay laging umaani ng medalya, naku, may konti hong problema. At yan ang ating pong tatalakayin sa ating pong usapan sa What's the Score? Dito po sa What's the Score, pag-uusapan natin ang pinakamainit at pinakamalaking issue at topic sa sports ngayong linggo. Wala po sa listahan, mga kapatid, ng mga event para sa 2028 Los Angeles ang boxing. Ang sakit naman ito, mga kapatid. Iginiit ng International Olympic Committee na walang tsansang ibalik pa ang boxing kung hindi maayos ang issue sa governing body nito. Sa 2025 pa naman ang final decision kung maibabalik pa ang boxing. Unang pumasok sa Olympics ang boxing noong taong 1904, mga kapatid. Ang tagal na nito. At hindi na yan nawala bukod sa 1912 edition dahil sa mga batas po ng panahon na yon na pinaiiral sa Amsterdam. 10 sa 18 total Olympics na medalya ng Pilipinas ay mula po sa boxing. At sa Paris, alam naman natin yan, 2 bronze ang inuwi ng ating mga boksingero. At ang tanong natin ngayong linggo ay gaano kalaking dagok sa bansa kung tuluyang mawawala ang boxing sa Olympics. Naku bibigyan ko lang po kayo ng konti pang background. Ang sinasabi po ngayon ng International Olympic Committee ay wala na ang boxing. Although sabi nga natin, ito po'y didesisyonan sa 2025. Alam niyo po kung bakit ang sinasabi ng IOC, tinanggalan po nila ng sanction itong governing body na IBA o International Boxing Association dahil po sa issue ng finance at governance. Ang isa po nilang binabato dito ay yung pagbibigay, yung desisyon ng IBA na magbigay ng premyong salapi, prize money doon po sa mga nanalo noong World Championships. In a statement, naglabas po ang IOC, sabi nila they have taken note of the decision by the IBA with regard to prize money. As always with the IBA, it is unclear where the money is coming from. So, maliban po doon sa prize money, tinatanong po ng IOC yung transparency issue kung saan nanggagaling ang pondo ng IBA. Kasi ang kanila pong sinasabi, meron daw pong full financial dependency sa isang single state-owned company, itong IBA. Ang tawag po ng kumpanya ay Gazprom. So tinatanong po nila, sino ba to at bakit iisa lamang ang pinanggagalingan ng inyong pondo? At para po tayo paliwanagan pa, syempre ipasok natin yung mga mas eksperto pa at talaga naman nakatutok sa larangan ng boxing. Walang iba kundi ang ating kaibigan, boxing analyst and expert, Dennis Principe. Magandang umaga, Dennis!
Yes, Tom, magandang umaga sa iyo. At kung nasan man si Paring Jera, magandang umaga rin.
Oo, naghahabol. At alam mo naman yung ating kaibigan kung saan napapagpad, na-traffic daw dyan sa area ng Commonwealth. Maraming salamat, Dennis, sa pagsama mo sa atin ngayong umaga. Bago kita tanungin dito sa ating issue pinag-uusapan sa What's the Score, unahin ko muna, alam ko ikaw, nakatuto ka sa boxing. Alam ko na talaga namang dito sa Paris Olympics, sinundan mo to. Anong assessment mo sa ating Philippine team sa Paris, Dennis?
Well, nakakatuwa in a lot of ways, dahil yung consistency na nagbibigay ng medals, nakakamit pa rin ng sport of boxing. But truth be told, Com, ano pa rin medyo masasabi natin na kinapos pa rin, ano? Because, bukod sa nabanggit mo kanina, no, na ang problema ng sport of boxing sa Olympics ay yung financial aspect, ano? Ang talagang malaking problema dyan, Com, is yung pag-score, pag-referee, officiating, ano? Kasi doon tayo madalas nadadali kung tutuusin. And you know this very well, Com. Matagal na tayo dapat mayroong gold medal sa boxing. Bakit hindi nangyari yan? Because of, yun nga, yung mga unfair judging and officiating. Tokyo and Paris, walang ganon. Because wala na yung AIBA or IBA ngayon. IOC, ang siyang namahala ng boxing. Kumbaga, patas na lahat no? Yun lang naman ang kailangan natin. We do not need outside help, no? We do not need to corrupt anyone. Ang kailangan lang natin, patas na officiating. Nakamit natin yan nung Japan and Paris, but unfortunately, hindi tayo nakadeliver ng gold. So yun yung isang aspeto na, for me personally, doon ako na-disappoint ng konti.
Oh, of course, alam natin ang nangyari din kay Mansueto Velasco,
Yes.
at saka kay yung mga nakaraan.
Anthony Villanueva.
Yes, and of course si Carlo Paalam, no, another boxer
Yes.
na dapat siguro nakapasok ngayon ngayong taon na to. But let me just ask you, kasi kanina pinag-uusapan natin, Dennis, yung bang IOC at saka IBA rift. Alam naman natin na nung araw hindi naman IBA, AIBA, di ba? And of course, nawala yung AIBA, pumasok yung IBA. Can you give the viewers a little bit of a background? Ano bang nangyari dito sa mundo ng boxing at napunta tayo sa ganitong sitwasyon na parang lahat ng humahawak ng boxing ngayon pinagdududahan ng IOC?
Well, because yun nga, no? Merong parang angle, Com, na tinitignan na merong crime syndicate na involved dito. Kaya kanina, yung sinasabi mo na nagtataka sila, how come na isang kumpanya lang, no, ang nagpopondo dito sa sport ng boxing pagdating sa Olympics, ano? Kaya nga inaalam nila ano bang background nito, anong background ng company, and so far, ano, yung inilalabas ng information is that yun nga, hindi favorable, hindi maganda yung background, no, nitong kung sino man yung grupo or company na nasa likod nito, no, at meron ding politics involved, ano. So yun yung isang bagay kasi alam mo naman ang Olympics, it's all about image din, no. It's business, ano. Yung mga meron diyan mga sponsorships and everything, no. So yun yung isang bagay na iniingatan nila pagdating dito na baka maapektuhan sila pagdating dito sa kung ano man yung involvement ng AIBA sa sport ng boxing at sa mga naka-suporta sa kanila. Governance
nga daw, and of course transparency, including, sabi mo nga,
Yes.
Dennis, kanina, judging, refereeing, napakahalagang bagay lahat yan. And of course, latest issue was the gender issue, Dennis. Ano ba ang position mo dyan? Anong take mo dyan? Yan ba ay magiging malaking issue pag nagdesisyon ng IOC in terms of how a governing body will decide on gender identity issues?
Honestly, Com, this may be parang hindi favorable, pero I believe dun sa and I support yung wisdom ng IOC. I feel na mas equipped ang IOC as compared sa AIBA pagdating sa issue na yan, ano. So actually, I supported yung IOC dun sa naging decision nila as far as the two boxers are concerned, no? Kasi hindi naman tayo eksperto pagdating sa ganyan. May science behind it. And I feel na whatever the decision of IOC was pagdating doon sa dalawa, sa tingin ko tama naman. And I think they are very much in control of the situation.
So, nandito na tayo sa sitwasyon na to na nagsalita ng IOC, wala nang boxing sa 2028 unless they make a different decision in 2025. So anong pushback ng boxing dito, Dennis, at ng lahat ng mga bansa katulad natin na umaasa sa larong boxing para magbigay ng medalya sa Olympics? So how can boxing push back dito?
Kumbaga sa boxing din, Com, mahirap panalo ng decision. Kailangan maka-knock out, no? Because the the minimum requirement ng IOC is that magkaroon ka ng federation na merong at least 50 members.
Oh.
Kanina binibilang ko yung sinasabing pinakamalapit na kilalanin ng IOC, yung World Boxing, na ang pangalan ng grupo World Boxing, malapit na sila sa 50. Kaya lang medyo nakita ko yung composition ng mga countries, walang balance eh. Okay yung Asia, although walang Japan, walang Thailand. Okay ang Europe, okay ang Americas. Ang Africa, isang country lang ang member, Algeria.
Okay.
Wala yung South Africa, walang Ghana, yung mga major countries ng Africa. So, sa tingin ko, kahit na makuha nila yung 50 minimum, kung hindi naman balanse, ang Africa mo, isa lang.
Correct.
So, mahihirapan din, sa tingin ko.
Oo.
Ang AIPA, ang member nila, almost 200. So, makikita mo yung disparity. No? Kahit na makamit nila yung minimum requirement pagdating sa number of nations or federations na members nila, which is sinasandalan din ni Mayor Bumble Tolentino, ang Pangulo ng POC. Sabi nila, makakamit nila yan. Yes, makakamit. But the thing is, madidefend kaya nila yung ganong aspeto na hindi balanse yung member nations ng kanilang organization.
So again, klaruhin natin sa mga nakikinig sa atin. Ang kailangan ng IOC, as you said, Dennis, is magkaroon ng isang international governing body o federation ng sport na merong at least 50 member countries. Yun ang sinasabi ng IOC.
Yes.
And right now, as you said, baka makuha nila yan, pero yung kalidad at balanse nung 50 bansang yan, questionable pa rin para sa'yo, Dennis.
Yes, kasi bukod sa nabanggit ko, walang Japan, walang China, walang Kazakhstan. Yan, major producer yan, no? Hindi man ng medal but ng tournaments, no? Yun yung mga nakikita kong isang problema, no? Na pwedeng maging very challenging for that organization.
Meron bang meron bang kumukontra? Meron bang ibang organisasyon or yung IBA ba talagang pinupush pa rin nila yung sarili nila? Is that the problem here also, Dennis?
Yes, ang IBA kasi legal ways no. Umaapila sila and everything, Yun lang naman talaga ang kumukontra diyan. It's actually between IBA amongst IBA, World Boxing and yung IOC.
Okay. So ito talaga ngayon nag-uumpugan ng mga bato, kumbaga talagang IBA on one side, World Boxing na bagong organisasyon on the other, nanliligaw sa IOC. Ngayon, ng IOC sinasabi, ayusin nyo muna. Ayusin nyo muna.
Pero ito, ano to kung, most likely alam mo to, if you can give your opinion on this. Pwede rin natin maging kalaban dito ang LA. Okay? Ang host country.
Okay.
Los Angeles 2028, it's a, United States, yung LA. Kasi ganito, two things. Pwedeng pumabor ang LA, i-push ang LA na isalin yung boxing kasi ang boxing sa amin bagsak. We want redemption through 2028 Olympics. That's one. Pero kung ganito, the last 20 years in the doldrums ang boxing, wala kami nakuha medal dyan. Paris Olympics, we got only 1 bronze medal. At ang mga nagdo-dominate, Uzbekistan, 5 gold medals. China, 3 gold medals. Wala rin naman kami makukuha dyan, huwag nyo na isama.
Maganda.
Those are the things na pwedeng mangyari dyan. Remember, yung Tokyo, na ipasok first and only time yung karate. Because Japan na nag-push. So, merong influence ang host country. Now, depende kung paano gagamitin ng LA, ng US, yung influence na yan. Will they tell IOC na, wag na kasi wala kami makukuha medal, sayang lang. Or, pwede rin kasi dati naman, glamorous ang boxing sa amin.
Tama.
Baka ito na yung time para bumawi kami. We have 3 years to prepare for that. So, pwedeng isama nyo na. So, yun yung mga nakikita ko angle pagdating sa host country.
Excellent point. Excellent point. Talagang hindi pa napag-uusapan yung puntong yan. And you're right. Talagang malaking bagay, of course, ang host sa pagpili ng mga sports na isasali dyan sa Olympics. No? And alam naman natin, ang boxing nung araw sa US, isa sa mga pinapanood, maraming legends na na naging produkto ng boxing. Muhammad Ali, Sugar Ray Leonard, ang dami niyan, no? I think even sila George Foreman yata nag-Olympic
Yes.
boxing, no? So
Evander, yes.
oo, so again, it will be a very important factor. But let's go back home, Dennis. Anong impact nito sa ating bansa, sa ating Philippine team? Sabi nga natin 10 sa 18 medalya na nakuha ng Pilipinas sa Olympics in our 100-year participation ay nagmula sa boxing. 2 galing sa Paris Olympics na katatapos lamang. So what is the impact on Philippine sports in general, Team Philippines, and on Philippine boxing sa tingin mo, Dennis?
Without a doubt, Com, malaking impact sa atin yan, ano? And you know very well, Com, tayong dalawa, mahilig tayo sa boxing.
naman.
We're very much into boxing.
Oo.
But to be honest about it and to be parang, nothing against boxing, but maraming salamat kay Heidelin Diaz, maraming salamat kay Carlos Yulo, and even yung mga hindi nag-medal, yung future ng Philippine sports, sina Vanessa Sarno, sina Bianca Pagdanganan. Kasi nung time na namamayagpag yung boxing sa Olympics, yun lang talaga inaasahan nating sport. Unlike since 2016 onwards, lumilitaw na yung weightlifting.
Right.
Ngayon,
right.
meron ng gymnastics.
Yes.
Ito yung mga sport, I remember, Com, ikaw nun, sinasabi mo, dapat doon tayo sa, hindi lang boxing okay yan, yung mga may weight categories like itong gymnastics. Yung mga sport na bagay yung height natin, like gymnastics, ngayon, lumilitaw na sila. So yung impact, probably, kung if we are able to maximize, yung nakukuha ngayong exposure ng gymnastics, and yung still, yung momentum ng weightlifting, probably mababawasan, makukusyon yung impact ng pagkawala ng boxing if ever mangyari man yan. Kasi right now, napapansin mo, Com, sinasabi ng mga tao, yan naman pala, meron naman palang ganyan sport na pwede tayo mag-excel. Supportan na natin yan.
Tama. Oo.
Diba? So, siguro may impact, pero because of Kaloy Yulo's success, nasisilip na yung mga non-elite sport. Ngayon, I feel na magkakaroon ito ng momentum. Depende na rin sa mga NSAs natin. It's good nandiyan si Bambol Tolentino. Maganda yung kanyang pamamahala as the father of Philippine sports. Pero syempre, nasa mga NSAs pa rin yan.
Yes.
Kung paano nila take advantage yung momentum na nakukuha ng mga non-basketball, non-boxing sport.
Exactly. And when you talk about that, Dennis, talagang even rowing, for instance, nakita natin ang performance
Yes.
ni Joanny Delgaco. Fencing, si Sam Katantan, ang ganda ng kanyang, of course, nagkaroon siya ng injury, but who knows what could have happened kung siya ay talagang 100%. And everyone else na mga lumaban dyan, of course, Kyla Sanchez and our pole vaulter, EJ Obiena. So, I guess you're right, no? Bagamat boxing ang talagang malaking producer natin, hindi naman siguro dapat i-transform natin ito just in case mawala ang boxing to something positive at suportahan natin ang ibang individual sports. But ikaw, as a final question, Dennis, fearless forecast mo, may boxing sa 2028 o wala?
My heart is telling me meron. But my mind says mukhang wala. Mukhang malabo. Looking at all the yung considerations ko, mabigat kasi while IOC did a splendid job in organizing boxing noong 2020 Tokyo Games and 2024 Paris, hindi ko alam, parang ngayon ko lang naisip ko, and baka pwede mo akong payuhan or sabihan on this. Baka naman kasi sabihin ng ibang sport, masyado nyo nang binibaby yung boxing, kayo na naman ang magpapatakbo. Diba? So, yung mga ganong aspect, I think umiiwas din yung IOC na yung pagdating sa parity in terms of yung kanilang treatment with all sports sa Olympics. So, yun ang nakikita ko malaking challenge. I hope talaga na magkamali ako, but so far right now, if looking at all what's on the table right now, talagang very challenging for boxing.
Well,
itong darating na 2028 Olympics.
Well, for the sake of our boxers, sana nga tayo mapagbigyan. But again, not everything is lost kung mawala ang boxing man. And we certainly hope though na kahit papano madesisyonan nito kaagad sapagkat kailangan natin maganda para sa 2028. Dennis, maraming salamat. Oh, by the way, may humabol dito. Babati lang sa iyo at itong aking kaibigan na sa tingin ko naglakad dito mula Commonwealth eh. Si partner, the man for all seasons, Jera Season. Partner, naglakad ka ba o ano? O katatapos mo lang mag-training?
Magandang umaga sa inyo lahat. Ito po ang Power and Play na nagsisimula ng alas 8:30 ng umaga.
Yan ang gusto ko eh. Kanina ka pa hinahanap ni Dennis eh.
Alam mo kung galing kang Commonwealth, galing din ako ron. Late din ako kanina rito. May ginagawang part dun eh.
Yung repair.
Kaibigan mo talaga si Dennis.
Witness ako.
Kaibigan mo talaga eh.
Talaga.
Nice to see you, parang Dennis, ha? Nakikinig ako kanina sa usapan ninyo habang nata-traffic eh. Ang dami mga gandang puntos ni parang Dennis.
Very exact.
Totoo yan. Mas lalo na pagdating ng LA. Probably it's a pressure. It's a strong message coming from IOC for these boxing federations to get their acts together.
Dapat lang.
Yun lang yun eh.
Dapat lang.
Pero ako, malakas ang aking paniniwala na hindi mawawala ang boxing pagdating sa LA Olympics. But they have to get their acts together.
Well, tingnan natin at aabangan natin ang mga developments dyan. Dennis, maraming salamat and have a good weekend. Maraming salamat.
See you, Dennis. See you.
Salamat, Boss Jera. See you soon.
Mga kaibigan, Dennis Principe, boxing expert, boxing analyst on his take dito sa issue ng boxing. It's a big question dahil siyempre ang Philippines is a boxing nation. Well, but again, sabi nga ni Dennis, marami pang pwede mangyari dyan.
Yeah, it's an eye-opener rin for USA boxing, di ba? Tama nga, di ba? Kumbaga tagtuyot sila eh.
We'll never know. Kung sa tingin nila, mananalo sila ng 10 gold dyan, baka ipasok nila.
Yeah.
Pero pag wala silang mananalo, tanggalin nyo na yan. Pero si POC President Bumble Tolentino is very positive.
Yeah.
Sa tingin niya, mariresolve yan in favor of boxing. Alright, bago tayo magpatuloy, isa muna pong paalala mula sa ating mga kaibigan sa SMART. Puso Pilipinas is a movement to celebrate the Filipino athlete powered by SMART. Follow them on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube. Get a chance to win exclusive Puso Pilipinas merch by sharing their Facebook page in your social media accounts with hashtag Puso Pilipinas. The Giga Life app is the latest mobile app from Smart that lets you discover and enjoy your passions with the different Giga promos. It can be downloaded and used by Smart Postpaid, Smart Prepaid, Bro Prepaid, and TNT subscribers via the Apple or Google Play Store. What can the Giga Life app do for me? Check your balance, monitor your current subscription, top up using debit credit card, subscribe to the latest Giga promos, monitor your data consumption, auto-detect your mobile number when you are connected to Smart Network, one-tap subscription to the most popular offer, Giga Video 99, and of course, Power and Play is powered by Smart. Live more today!
Thank you.
Sa amin pong pagbabalik, mas marami pa tayong pag-uusapan sa Cash or Bash at mamaya ang ating mga bisita, Coach Tab Baldwin ng Ateneo at si Rian Maliksi, ang ating pong top women's golfer sa buong mundo. Ito po ang Power and Play. Ang oras po natin, 8:35 ng umaga. Kami po ay magbabalik in just a short while.
I dare to dream big. To be a voice of my generation. To inspire resilience in the face of roadblocks. And in sharing my stories, I let others share in my passion.
Follow Kai Stories on Twitter and share yours. With Smart Double Giga Stories. Share 2 times the passion with 2 gigabytes for Twitter and more. Guaranteed every day. Plus data for all sites.
Simple, smart ako.
usapan, totoong buhay. 92.3 Radyo 5 True FM. Dito tayo sa totoo.
Mukhang kailangan ko na naman palitan ng bubong ko, pare. Mag-iisang taong pa lang yan. May tulo na kagad.
Ay, bossing! Baka naman kasi hindi matibay yung ginamit nyo. Dapat ang gamitin mo ay cherry loom, ang yerong aluminum. Basta yero, cherry loom. Tibay protektado sa pangmatagalang yero.
Ang oras, 8:36. Ang oras sa Radyo 5 True FM ay hatid sa inyo ng Silka. Kutis na alaga, kitang-kita ang ganda. Kutis alaganda.
Uy, may chismis sa maladyosang aktres.
Ay, sino?
Kaya lalong gumaganda kasi may ibang nag-aalaga.
Clue.
Kaya kong sabihin na si Christine Hermosa to.
Ay, hala!
Di yan chismis.
May iba pang nag-aalaga sa akin.
Ay, Christine, share mo yan.
Silka Papaya Soap with papaya enzymes and vitamin E para sa kutis na alaga. Kitang-kita ang ganda. Kutis alaganda.
With regular use. Sa 65 grams, 18 pesos lang na SRP, achieve mo ang Kutis Alaganda. Ala Christine Hermosa with regular use. Bili na. Have a Kutis Alaganda with regular use with the #1 beauty bar soap in the Philippines. Silka Papaya Soap.
Want to know what makes Enhypen's performances so explosive?
Dunkin' Choco Bang! Yeah!
Explosive bawat bite kasi chocolate-coated na, Bavarian-filled pa. Explosive ang flavors kasi may 3 banging toppings na. Big Bang BTN, and Big Bang Nutty.
Yeah!
Kaya ang Enhypen, explosive ang bawat galaw.
Nothing like Dunkin' Choco Bang!
Dunkin, pasalubong ng bayan.
Hi, Bel Mariano here. May dream career ka ba? Kahit ano pa yan, push mo lang. Kung sa kusina ang passion mo, let the world taste how sweet life can be. Or be an empowered athlete na kaya mag-inspire ng buong team. Or a purpose-driven influencer na kaya mag-spread ng positivity. Pursue your passion and let your sweetness shine with Juicy Cologne.
Fuji Denso believes that appliances are long-term investments, so it is very important to choose wisely. And what could be a wiser choice than using reliable, durable, and energy-saving appliances from Fuji Denso? Just like families and companies trusting Fuji Denso, you will see the difference when you upgrade your usual appliances to Fuji Denso HD inverter appliances. Fuji Denso, quality above all. Upgrade your home, upgrade your business with Fuji Denso, quality above all.
Malapit.
Dream big. To be a voice of my generation.
Naimbag nga bigat kada kayo amin sa lahat po ng ating mga kababayan sa San Esteban, Ilocos Sur. And of course, sa Urdaneta, Pangasinan. Nakamusta po kayong lahat? Inakamusta natin yung kaibigan natin sila Congressman Eski Estrella. Oy, siya nga pala, happy birthday din. Belated sa tatay po, sa pinsang ko, tatay ni Alex Eala, si Mike Eala. Kahapon, nag-birthday, nagkausap kami. Si Alex pala, partner, nasa papunta na ng New York. Natalo siya kahapon, sayang, in her preparation for the US Open. Magsisimula na ang qualifiers and hopefully makapasok sa main draw ang ating pong pambato ng tennis na si Alex. But again, happy birthday, insan. Si Mike Eala na papunta na rin ng New York. Hindi ko sinasabi nga sa pinsan ko, ano ba to? Para kay ikaw naglalaro Panay ang ano mo. Tawa lang ng tawa. Oy, partner, baka may babatiin ka sa ating mga kaibigan dyan sa sa Pangasinan.
Ako medyo hinihingal pa para nang tumakbo ko dito. Pero bumabati po ako sa lahat ng mga kababayan ko. Kasama na rin si
Congressman
Eski. Eski, dahil parehong taga-Pangasinan niya. Kaya masanto siya kabusan at sikay namin. At gusto ko rin batiin ng happy birthday ang isang fellow Claricia na si Retro Rosales.
Happy birthday.
Golfer din yan.
Paano naman kami? Bago tayo magpatuloy, gusto ko lang pong, of course, paalala na tuloy-tuloy pa rin po ang ating Joyride Top-Up promo dito sa ating palatuntunan na Power and Play. Ang pamimigay po natin ng 1,000 pesos e-wallet credits mula sa Joyride Super App. Simple-simple lamang po para kayo ay makasali at manalo. Magkaroon ng chance ang manalo. Download the latest version ng Joyride Super App. Kuhanan ng screenshot ang app's home screen. Padala ang screenshot sa Power and Play FB page via PM at isama nyo po ang inyong buong pangalan at registered mobile number At kami po ipipili ng 5 mananalo ng 1,000 pesos JR Pay Wallet credits para sa Joyride Delivery, MC Taxi, Joyride Car, Joyride Taxi Cab at Joyride Super Taxi. And of course, hindi pa po dyan nagtatapos yung Joyride Limited Edition Aqua Flask. Nako, masarap ito maggamitin para sa mga golf rounds, sa mga nagpi-pickle ball dyan, kagaya ng Phillies Fam mamaya. Simple lang po, again kuhanan, mag-book kayo ng MC Taxi, Car or Taxi Cab, Joyride Super Taxi, kuhanan nyo yung inyong driver ng isang creative picture, kasama po ninyo at ipadala nyo po ito sa Power and Play FB page via PM. Isama nyo po itong hashtag of the week. At ito ang hashtag of the week, hashtag Joyride Services. Again yan po ang hashtag of the week, hashtag Joyride Services for a chance to win limited edition Joyride Aqua Flask. Alright, partner, ikaw ba may panawagan? Kasi alam ko, medyo naiinis ka pa eh. hindi naman naiinis, pero may concern ka sa dami ng motorista.
Oo. Dahil yung sa akin naman, okay, saludo ako sa mga ginagawa ngayon ng ating pamahalaan sa pag-aayos ng mga kalye, di ba? Mga road repairs. At na-announce naman yan. Na-announce naman na at a certain day, ganito. Pero sa akin, hindi lang sa announcement yan. Ano yung gagawin mong remedyo doon sa mababalahura sa gagawin mong road repairs? Para kanina, imagine umalis ako, partner. Dahil alam ko dito, as much as possible, I arrive here 30 minutes. Para naman makita yung script, makapag-research lahat, para maganda yung usapan talaga, di ba? Kaya umalis ako na maaga. Nabalahura ako dahil may road repair doon. Mano naman na dahil dito, alam ninyong imbudo doon, maglagay lang naman ng temporary zipper lane na tulad ng ginagawa nila tuwing Lunes hanggang Biyernes. Diba? Dahil may inconvenience mo eh.
Ayan, makinig kayo mga kapatid. Dahil yung mga nagbumabiyahe po ngayon, may planong bumiyahe sa Commonwealth, medyo iwasan nyo na yan.
Kung ang meeting ninyo or ang bisita nyo sa mga kamag-anak ninyo ay alas 4 ng hapon, umalis na kayo ngayon.
Ay, nako. Ganyan talaga ang buhay dito po sa ating bansa. But again, Chairman Artes.
Chairman Don. Saludo ko lang dyan. Saludo kami. Siguro yung mga tao mo lang kulang na yung mga tao niya ang kulang sa planning.
Tama. Alright, mga kaibigan, ito na. Ready na tayong magpabalahura. Marami tayong pag-uusapan dito sa ating susunod na segment. Ito pong paborito nating Cash or Bash. At ang Cash or Bash ay hatid sa inyo ng Cherry Tigo, there's more to our cars. At para po dito sa Cash or Bash na segment, tayo po ay makakasama natin o ang ating po mga bisita ngayon, mga suki po natin, mga kaibigan natin sa hanap buhay, ang editor-in-chief ng The Game Magazine, si Sid Ventura, at ang host at All-Star Magazine Senior Editor at host ng Nav's Effect Podcast, si Naveen Ganglani. Magandang umaga, Sid. Thank you for joining us.
Hi, Sid and Naveen. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
Alam nyo, itong dalaman to, talagang sinusundan natin, lalong-lalo na yung mga podcast nila. Sid, tuloy pa ba yung podcast mo? Nakamute ka yata. Nakamute ka. Nakamute pa.
Sorry, magandang umagas pala sa inyo lahat. Ninyo pala narinig yung bati ko kanina. Yes, Com, yung alternative basketball tuloy pa rin. May guest kami mamaya, PBA veteran si Jody, oh my gosh, anong apelido niya? Basta may PBA veteran kaming mamaya. Yeah, tuloy na tuloy yung...
Veteran talaga yun. Sa matagal na.
Nagkaroon na ng memory loss.
Naveen, mag-imbita ka sa podcast mo, Naveen, also. A very popular podcast as well.
You're too kind, Com. Thank you so much. And of course, you're my favorite guest sa podcast ko din.
Alam mo, sa totoo lang, if I may say, itong dalawang taong to, kumbaga sa Olympic diving yan, pare, malalim ang
diving
mga
hindi to platform, hindi to springboard, ito deep diving. Kaya
mga insights.
Masarap mapag-usapan.
It is very good.
Alright, before we go to our COB topics, at alam nyo naman ng drill dito, I just wanna ask you about the PBA starting season 49, Sid. Of course, may mga rule changes na inadapt ng PBA. Anong mga inaabangan mo dito sa ating season 49, Sid?
Obviously, yung common, yung 4-point shot. Out of sheer morbid curiosity, I just want to see what happens here, no. Medyo mainit talaga na topic ito. May pros, may cons. So I just want to see how it plays out. May mga alam ko maraming coaches na nagtataka bakit kailangan ito. May iba naman they're embracing it. It's they consider it a good weapon. So yan, inaabangan ko yan. And of course, syempre yung mga ating imports led by the former NBA Slam Dunk champion si Glenn Robinson III.
Wow.
Balita ko sa mga practice ng Magnolia, talaga nagpapakitang gila siya sa kanyang mga slam dunks after practice. So, yun, abangan natin yun.
Wow, that should be exciting. Of course, ako inaabangan ko yung mga Muse.
Oo.
Ang opening bukas eh. Ang isa sa Muse niya si Alea Finnegan, yung gymnast.
Yes.
Nakakatuwa, no? Naveen, there has been, after this very successful Olympics, yung weightlifting and of course gymnastics, there is now a move, even from Congress, na sana daw gawin ito, partner, na kasama sa mga collegiate leagues, mga UAAP, NCAA, at iba't ibang leagues sa bansa para daw lalo pang lumaganap at magkaroon tayo ng chances to discover talent. Ano ang take mo dito, Naveen? Getting weightlifting and gymnastics into the collegiate leagues?
Well, in a perfect world, it's exactly what we want, no? Because that way we can help develop the competitive factor of these respective competitions so that maybe we can discover future Olympians from an early age and put them in that competitive environment where they get used to the high pressure situations and going up against opponents that, if not the same talent as them, maybe even better than them. But we also need to understand and acknowledge the reality of the situation that maybe not all universities and all institutions have the resources and capability to put together the team and players to compete in these tournaments. There's a chance that there might be only a few out of maybe like 70% out of the competing schools could put a team that could be competitive. So it needs to be studied. But if all schools are capable of doing so, I would 100% love that idea.
Well, actually, I agree with Naveen. But adding to that, getting equipment for gymnastics, medyo it's a tall order.
Right.
Unlike basketball, boxing, I mean, madaling kwan yan eh. Madali mong matap ang grassroots. In gymnastics, you need a lot of areas na kompleto ang gamit para sumali.
At makapag-train. Mahalaga yung training dyan.
Yung training talaga.
Yeah.
Training centers. So
well, of course, the idea is there, the intent is there. It's a great idea. It's just really the execution. And again, we will find out kung magagawa ito. Ako, alam mo, in the past, in our league, by the way, binabati ko yung aming SPC, San Pablo College's Ravens men's basketball team na nag-champion sa NCAA South. Tinalo namin ng PCU Dolphins, our first in 19 years na nanalo kami. Wala kaming import. Pero nung araw sa NCAA South, we were already pushing for boxing. Nung unang nagkaroon tayo ng mga medalya, I asked that time Ed Picson, nasirang Ed Picson, maglagay tayo ng boxing sa NCAA South, and we did it as a demonstration sport. So, let's see. Baka nga may
exposure
chance
talaga.
yan. Alright, alam nyo na, drill dito, gentlemen. Sa ating Cash or Bash, we will be talking about 3 topics na napag-uusapan this whole week. And kung kayo ay sangayon o merong seal of approval, cash ang inyong isasagot. Kung wala naman sa inyong, kung hindi naman kayo sangayon doon, bash. And again, walang tama, walang mali, bato-bato sa langit, tamaan. Huwag magagalit, ha? Sigurado tayo baka may magalit dito eh. So let's begin with our first topic of the morning. Nako, this is a very hot topic, mga kapatid, ha? Logistical problem ang itinurong dahilan ng Philippine Olympic Committee at ng National Golf Association or Association of the Philippines kung bakit walang uniforme ang mga Pinay golfers sa parish. Cash or bash? May managot dapat sa nangyaring problema sa mga golfer ng Pinas. Sid, I'll begin with you. Go!
Obviously, cash for me. Kasi may talaga, there's a breakdown somewhere. So, dapat may managot dun. No? It's right now, it's becoming parang he said, she said siya sa nangyari. Pero obviously, may masama talaga loob niya dati because she reposted this very long Facebook post naglabas siya ng sama ng loob doon, and kitang-kita naman na kaya siya inis na inis because ilang beses daw silang sinita ng mga Olympic officials doon sa suot nila. Kahit sa mga practice rounds lang, napaka-stricto sa Olympics, you have to follow a certain dress code, and they were nearly prevented from doing their practice round because of that. So malaking bagay yan psychologically as an athlete. Yung mga ganong distractions, you can do without those at this level of competition. Now, that being said, na may lumabas na kaagad si Chef de Mission Governor John Vic Rimulya, immediately said, mea culpa, our bad, we'll do better next time.
Yeah.
So, ang sa akin lang naman kasi, parang
Ganun kasimple, no?
Ganun kasimple.
sino bang mananagot? Is the POC? Is it the NSA na NGAP? They have to sort that out. Pero it would be good if we get closure in this event, and someone comes out with a statement or anything para lang we can all move on na.
At hindi na maulit. Mahalaga yung bagay na ganyan. Naveen, same thing. May dapat managot sa nangyaring problema kay Dottie at kay Bianca sa Olympics. Casher Bash, go!
Yes. Now, I'm not saying that there has to be a guinea pig that's shown off to everyone as the reason why this happened. Parang pagbintangan, no? I think it's more of a collective mistake. When you're an athlete and you're preparing for the Olympics, like our Olympians were, you want to focus on being the best version of yourself so that you have the best chance to win a gold medal and to compete against the best. And you'd like to think that the people behind you, the people supporting you, will take care of the little things, such as making sure that you have the right clothes you're wearing for the competition. It was a mistake that I believe shouldn't have been made. That's why I agree with Sid here na cash, no? And it's the kind of mistake that is not a great representation of the organizing committee behind our athletes and competitors. It's so simple, it could have been easily prevented. And at the end of the day, I'm just very sad for the Olympians because they are the ones focused so much on competing and training and giving up such a huge part of their lives to be here in the Olympics to represent the Philippines. And then something like a jersey snafu happens, and it's just very disheartening.
Well, talagang nakakaawa at nakakagalit. Partner, yan bang flag mo baka matanggal yan? Hindi ba matatanggal yung flag mong yan?
Aray, totoo to.
Totoo ba yan? Ayan yung suot ni
Exactly.
Ni yung kasaso ba yan?
Hindi. I intentionally wore this for today dahil hinanap ko to sa baul Because sinuot nila to, sila Saso at si Bianca nung Tokyo Olympics. At nakita ng mga Filipino golfers na suot to. Aba, umakyat pa lang ito ng 3,000 pesos per shirt.
Wow,
Pero sa totoo hindi. Kumbaga artificial. Because
prestigious
Bakit ngayon walang uniforme yung ating mga golfers? So talagang kasya ko dito, no? Something or somebody should really apologize.
Be given the blame pie.
Apologize lang, pare. Hindi naman mabigat na magsabing I am sorry.
Tama.
'Di ba? And then let's move on. Let's move on. Learn from our mistakes.
Well, yun nga sinabi ni Paring Sid and of course ni partner Jera. Talagang alam niyo po hindi naman malaking issue talaga to. Kung may nagkamali, mali. Pero mahirap po yun pinagtatakpan pa
Exactly.
And alam niyo ako mabait lang talaga si Mayor Bumble Hindi naman trabaho ni Mayor Bumble yan
Hindi trabaho ng POC yan.
Hindi po trabaho ni Presidente Bumble yan. At marami nang inaasikaso yung mama. Marami po siyang ginawa.
Para ikaw, partner, if I may, dati kang chairman ng PSC, di ba? Ikaw yung nagbibigay ng pondo dito sa mga NSAs, di ba? Trabaho nila yan. At i-audit mo na lang sila.
Ito pa, isa pang sasabihin ko nalaman ko ito sa isang kongresista, na mga congressman nagbigay pa ng pondo. 100,000 hinihingan sila. Isipin niyo yan mga kapatid hindi po to nasusulat pero sinabi sa akin to na nagbigay pa mga congressman para sa Olympics. Nasaan po yun? Uniforme po, hindi po kailangan dumaan ng customs yun mga kapatid. Nilalagay po yun sa maleta. Ano pong mga customs? Sabi nga nung isang netizen, equestrian nga yung kabayo nakapasok T-shirt lang?
T-shirt lang. Ano pa ba specification?
But again, you're right, partner. And again, Naveen and of course, Sid, cash tayo lahat. Sorry lang.
Sorry lang.
Let's just take responsibility and let's move on. All right, let's go to our second topic of the morning. Nako, recently po, nag-press conference na ang PBA para sa kanilang season 49. Nako, malapit na palang anniversaryo na 50 years ng PBA. Pero, doon sa press conference na yun, naging very controversial yung statements ng PBA top brass. Dahil ang sinasabi nila, ano bang parity pinag-uusapan nyo? Pati naman sa UAAP, wala naman diyang tinatawag na parity. Napakahirap pag-usapan niyang parity. Halos predictable na rin ang mga contenders sa darating na PBA dahil sa lalim ng roster ng ibang koponan. So, cash or bash, mas may parity sa UAAP kaysa sa PBA. Naveen, go!
100% yes. Now, what was said in the PBA press conference about parity in terms of sino ba nananalo sa competitions, right? Because let's be honest naman about it. In the UAAP, really in the last almost 2 decades, it's been LaSalle and then it's been Ateneo who has dominated the championship picture. Now, occasionally, you'll have a team like National University in 2014 na magcha-champion, or FEU in 2015, and of course the UP Fighting Maroons in 2022, and I think we can now call UP a consistent championship contender. The difference in the UAAP from the PBA, where we also have the occasional champions like Ginebra, San Miguel, once in a while Meralco, Magnolia, is in the UAAP you can be at least confident that all 8 competing schools are there for their own best interests. Even a team like Adamson that hasn't won a UAAP championship in decades. Every year they compete, at least you know, okay, this team is in there to win games for themselves. They're in there because they want to make the Final Four, because they want to compete to make the Final Four. Can we confidently say that about some of the teams in the PBA? Now, recently, there have been some encouraging signs like Terra Firma making the playoffs last conference. But then you see trades like Terra Firma giving up Stephen Holt right after they made the playoffs. Or Northport giving up Xavier Lucero, who I think is a franchise cornerstone. And it just makes you wonder, yes, maybe like the UAAP and the UAP and the PBA, they have the similar trait where really only the best of the best win on a regular basis. But in the PBA, can you confidently say all teams in there, they're motivated to win, that they want to win? And my answer is not as much as the UAAP and probably not. So it depends. How do you look at parity? Do you look at parity as there are different teams winning every year? Like what's the case in the NBA now, where the last 6 seasons, there have been 6 different NBA champions? Or is your definition of parity, at the very least, is everyone in your league competing? Do they want to win? And right now in the PBA, I'm not quite sure if that's 100% the case.
All right. Well, magandang paghimay ni Naveen dun sa issue ng parity. Sid, same thing. Mas may parity ba sa UAAP kaysa sa PBA? Cash or bash? Go!
Semi-bash for me. I think parang they're the same problems din sa UAAP eh. Well, not really problems, but same characteristics din. Parang there's like a line between the haves and have-nots din sa UAAP, kahit papano. And, to Naveen's point, if you look at the last 7 UAAP seasons, ang nag-champion lang, 3 teams lang. Either Ateneo, LaSalle, or UP. UP once lang pa dun. And over that same span, ang nag-finals lang, Ateneo, LaSalle, UP, UST. UST once lang nakapag-finals in that span. When was the last time Adamson made the finals? When was the last time FEU made the finals? NU, UE, ang tagal-tagal na. So in that sense, parang para sa akin, wala ring ganong parity sa UAAP, and now you also see, some schools getting players from the other schools, diba? So parang in that sense, for me, I think they're not too far apart in terms of parity or lack thereof. Medyo meron din sa UAP, at least for me. Maybe not as pronounced as PBA, but it's not really that far apart.
Fair enough, of course. Partner.
Sa akin lang, medyo nabigla ako doon eh.
Oh.
Na for the PBA to say na may parity rin ba sa UAAP, di ba? Ibig sabihin, it's an admission of guilt na walang parity sa kanila. Kaya they're throwing this issue sa UAAP. Bakit may parity ba sa UAAP? Ibig sabihin,
wala sa amin.
Wala sa amin, di ba? But if you will look at the history of the PBA vis-a-vis with the UAAP, di ba? Maski na yung panahon pa ni Team Cone sa Alaska, di ba? Talagang alam mo na kung sino nagdo-dominate. Grand Slam champion, San Miguel, nandyan ang Ginebra, Alaska. Pero, if you will also look at the timeline of UAAP during that time, ngayon lang to yung sinasabing Ateneo Lasal eh. Pero umiikot talaga. Umiikot dyan. UE, di ba? UST, NU. So there is no parity. And at the same time, mabubuwag yung parity na yan na sinasabi supposedly sa UAAP dahil everybody, tulad ng sabi ni Navin at saka ni Sin, lahat yan, they really want to win. Diba? Hindi katulad ng iba dyan na tinitera mo dati, they have no intention to win at all. Diba?
Well, ako, I see Sid's point, no? Na talagang, ngayon naman talagang yun na lang ng yun. But ako, I think there has to be a discussion here on what is parity.
Oh.
Kasi wala, even in a perfect world, wala hong pare-parehong team. Never. And I mentioned this in my post on X. Wala. It can never be. But parity for me is not about making teams equal.
Yeah.
It's about making sure all your rules are applicable equally to all teams. Nagrereklamo na nga si Coach Yengyao eh. Sa isang trade lang, kami inabot ng isang buwan. Yung isang araw lang approve. How can you say that there is parity? Another thing, in a perfect world, sa tingin nyo ba yung mga nasa ilalim na farm team will ever win a championship sa PBA?
No.
Siguradong mag-iintay tayo ng Tingnan nyo naman ang NU. Opo, inabot po sila ng kung ilang dekada. UP, inabot ng ilang dekada. Pero nagkampiyon.
Yeah.
Ngayon naman ang UST na nung araw ay dominante in the 90s,
nalalaga.
nasa baba na.
Pero
UE, nung araw nung nagsimula ang UE, alam naman natin sila Jaworski. Champion ang champion. Ngayon nasa ilalim. Umiikot. That is what is meant by at least competitive balance. May panahon. But do you ever see, sagutin lang ako ng mga tao dito ng PBA, na magiging dominante ang Terra Firma at ang Blackwater laban sa San Miguel at sa Token Tex at Ginebra. Pag sinabi nila yan,
bali tayo.
Uwi na. Alright, let's go to our third and final issue of the morning. Nako, because of the gold medal ng Team USA, nanumbalik na naman itong debate ng greatest of all time dahil si LeBron James ay nakatatlo ng Olympic gold medal at nakakuha pa ng MVP sa Olympics. So, nalagpasan na ba ni LeBron James si Michael Jordan sa GOAT debate kasunod ng isa na namang Olympic medal sa Paris? Cash or Bash? I'll begin with you, Sid. Go!
Ako ang una-una, ako lang Kasi boss of Celtics. Pero ako nag-guest ulit simula nung champion ng ating boss
pero
of Celtics.
Sid, hindi na laro masyado yung bata mo si Tatum.
Yun lang, hindi lang laro si Tatum masyado. Pero yeah, going to the topic. For me, if you're going to debate that LeBron is better than Michael Jordan, I don't think Olympic gold medals are the way to go. Because the reason Jordan only has 2 gold medals is, well, noong 1988, hindi pa pwedeng NBA players noon. He was already in the NBA.
Excellent.
And then 92, of course, Dream Team, they won. And 96, he was actually invited to join that team in the Atlanta Olympics, but he declined. He could have easily won a 3rd gold medal if he had joined the Dream Team 3, But he declined. He said, let's give chance to the other players. So 88 wasn't his fault. He wasn't allowed to compete under the IOC rules back then. But if he had been, then kayang-kaya rin niya mag-apat actually na gold medal. And you have to consider the record. Jordan is actually 2 out of 2 in Olympics. LeBron is 3 out of 4. Nag-bronze siya. So there's 1 Olympics na hindi siya nag-gold medal. So I'm just saying, I'm not saying that Jordan is still the greatest or LeBron has surpassed him, but I don't think Olympic gold medals is the way to go.
Great.
Kasi if that's the
That's the
case,
yardstick.
then Diana Taurasi is the greatest of all time because she has 6.
Tama.
She has 6 gold medals.
Good point. Good point.
It's a bash for me, bash.
All right. Same. Cash or bash, Naveen? Nalagpasan na ba ni LeBron, si Mike, si MJ sa GOAT debate? Go.
Bash. I think Michael Jordan is, well, at least for me, the greatest basketball player of all time, because this comes down as to each his or her own sentiment as well. Who is your personal GOAT? What are your standards for what a GOAT is supposed to be? Because I think we can all agree that right now there is no one's objective standard of who the greatest of all time is supposed to be for everyone to follow, because at the end of the day, everyone is going to have their own opinions and expectations. Like some people might say, okay, LeBron James is the greatest of all time because what he's done now for the better part of 2 decades being there on the court. But some people might say it's Michael Jordan. Now, for me personally, like Sid, I agree gold medals aren't the standard for who should be the greatest basketball player of all time. There's so many factors into here. How much did you grow the game globally? How much did you market the game globally? How much did you help basketball grow as a sport, as a culture? How much did you help that young kid from a different part of the world learn to love the game because of how you performed on the court? And to me, this is how it comes down to. We're talking about greatest of all time. LeBron James has lost more times than he has won in the NBA Finals. Is that what we want as the standard for greatest of all time? Someone who has lost more than won when it mattered most? And again, LeBron James fans are gonna say, oh, you're just a hater, you're hating this and that. No. If we say LeBron is the second or third greatest basketball player of all time, that's not hating on LeBron. That's actually, complimenting him on what he has done as an outstanding job throughout his career. But Michael Jordan went an unblemished 6 out of 6 in the finals. His shoe game made basketball sneakers so popular immensely. Just look at the Jordan brand until now, actually. He put a team like the Chicago Bulls on the map. There's a statue of him flying. He's called his airness. People cherish the ground he walks on. And there's just something about MJ that until today is very hard to explain. And as great as I think LeBron is as a basketball player and as a businessman, to me, he just doesn't have that same aura as a Michael Jordan, especially when it comes to winning basketball games. And to me, that's why I would pick Michael Jordan.
Excellent points as well. Tama yan, partner.
I agree. I agree with both Sid and Naveen. Pero sa akin kasi, etong word na GOAT, kailan lang lumabas to eh. Di ba?
Alam lang natin dito, kaldereta.
Oo, kaldereta lang. O kaya kilawin eh. But, during the 70s and 80s, walang ganyang issue ng GOAT eh. Di ba? Sino ba ang GOAT? Si Kareem Abdul-Jabbar or Wilt Chamberlain? Wala eh. But, it was Jordan who paved the way for that word GOAT.
For the
Di ba? So, kung walang na-achieve si Jordan during that time, we won't be talking about the greatest of all time. So, he is now the yardstick. He's now the yardstick para i-compare kung merong panlalagpas sa kanya. But it is still debatable dahil tulad nga ng sabi ni Naveen, di ba? Anong requirement? Sasabihin dahil mas gusto mo si Jordan kaysa kay LeBron or kay Kobe, no? So, para sa akin, medyo bawasan na natin tong goat na to. Di ba?
Gawin natin yung horse.
Horse naman. So that's my take. No?
It's fair point. I think si Sid said it well, no? Kung ang tanong dito Olympics eh. Wala na hindi pwede maging standard yan.
Hindi pwede.
But also, if the NBA is the standard, yung championships na Vin, there was a post na nakita ko. Si John Havlicek ng Boston was 8-0 in the finals and he had more points. He had better certain records.
Yes.
So again, tama si Naveen din. Hindi personal standard to eh. Hindi mo naman pwede sabihin yun lang ang standard eh. Ang mga LeBron fans will say, Michael won 6-0. But before he made it to the finals, okay, he needed a Scottie Pippen. Hindi siya makapasok sa finals until dumating si Scottie Pippen. So it's a lot of debate that's going on. But I agree with the two of them. I think, I don't believe LeBron has taken over Michael Jordan. Ako kasi I'm a Michael Jordan in terms of this debate, ako naniniwala ko si
Michael
MJ.
Jordan din ako eh. Pero kunyari, let's say may sports writer na nakapag-isip nung panahon ni Havlicek yung The GOAT. Doon na magsisimula yun. Doon na magsisimula
Hindi,
yan.
pero nung dog pa lang. Dog pa lang. Hindi pa goat.
Kid pa lang.
Kita mo, kaya nga nakasombrero si Sid dahil yan ang John Havlicek. Kita mo. But again, let's just put this aside. As partner Jera said, I think let's just enjoy the greatness of all of them in their generations.
Correct.
Just like we do not say who is the greatest Olympian of all time because that is never gonna happen. Mahirap sabihin yan. There are standards, personal and otherwise. Pero at the end of the day, let's just enjoy the greatness of all our athletes. All right, Sid and Naveen, thank you so much. This is a terrific discussion sa COB and we look forward to having you again here. Maraming salamat.
Thanks, Com. Thanks for having me.
Thank you for having us. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Mga kaibigan natin po, mga kaibigan, sila Sid Ventura and si Naveen Ganglani sa Cash or Bash. Alright, naku, medyo nag-overtime tayo pero silipin muna natin bago tayo mag-break. Ang mga viral videos, trending topics sa mundo ng palakasan sa Stop and Pop. Ang title po ng video natin ngayon ay Back to Reality. Naku bakit kaya? Back to Reality. Tingnan natin to. Panalo nga itong batang ito ng Olympic gold pero hindi naman ligtas sa schoolwork. Ang 16 anyos na si Quincy Wilson. Sa kanyang IG post, may caption ang trackster na reading my summer reading books late because I was at the Olympics. Parte si Wilson ng gold medal winning team ng USA sa 4x400 meter relay. Kaya back to reality sa Stop and Pop. Yan ang mahirap no?
Actually, may similar case yan nung high school ako Yung anak ni the late General Prospero Olivas, si Popoy Olivas. Ano siya? Philippine team. Water skiing.
Okay.
Silver medalist sa SEA Games. Pero pagdating sa school namin, bagsak siya sa PE. Hindi nagpapasok.
Kailangan niya mga ganyan ini-exempt na. Gold medalist sa Olympics
Totoo yun. Ayos sabi ko. Silver medalist.
Popo yan, nakita nyo silver medalist pero baksak sa PE. Alright mga kaibigan, sa aming pong pagbabalik, hindi tayo babaksak sa PE because we will have Coach Tab Baldwin in the house and mamaya, Rian Maliksi, the US Women's Amateur Champion, will be also on Power and Play. Magbabalik po kami in just a short while. Ang oras po natin, 9:14 ng umaga. This time check is brought to you by our friends from Power and Play.
I dare to dream big. To be a voice of my generation. To inspire resilience in the face of roadblocks. And in sharing my stories, I let others share in my passion.
Follow Kai Stories on Twitter and share yours. With Smart Double Giga Stories. Share 2 times the passion with 2 gigabytes for Twitter and more. Guaranteed every day. Plus data for all sites.
Simple. Smart ako.
Want to know what makes Enhypen's performances so explosive?
Dunkin' Choco Bang! Yeah!
Explosive bawat bite kasi chocolate-coated na, Bavarian-filled pa. Explosive ang flavors kasi may 3 banging toppings na. Big Bang BTN, and Big Bang Nutty.
Yeah!
Kaya ang Enhypen, explosive ang bawat galaw.
Nothing like Dunkin' Choco Bang!
Dunkin, pasalubong ng bayan.
Hi, Bel Mariano here. May dream career ka ba? Kahit ano pa yan, push mo lang. Kung sa kusina ang passion mo, Let the world taste how sweet life can be. Or be an empowered athlete na kaya mag-inspire ng buong team. Or a purpose-driven influencer na kaya mag-spread ng positivity. Pursue your passion and let your sweetness shine with Juicy Cologne.
Hi! Christine Hermosa po ito. Ang family soap namin, di mahal. Pero ang nakukuha namin, priceless.
Hi, Christine! Looking younger every day, ah.
Fresh. Laging blooming.
Ang kinis! Grabe, kaya lalong in love sa'yo si Oyo eh.
Ganyan pag ang kutis, alaga. Kitang-kita ang ganda. Silka Papaya Soap with regular use.
Sa 65 grams, 18 pesos lang na SRP, achieve mo ang Cutis Alaganda, Christine Hermosa, with regular use. Bili na! Have a Cutis Alaganda with regular use with the #1 beauty bar soap in the Philippines, Silka Papaya Soap.
Want to know what makes Enhypen's performances so explosive?
Dunkin' Choco Bang! Yeah!
Explosive bawat bite kasi chocolate-coated na, Bavarian-filled pa. Explosive ang flavors kasi may 3 banging toppings na. Big Bang BTN, and Big Bang Nutty.
Yeah!
Kaya ang Enhypen, explosive ang bawat galaw.
Nothing like Dunkin' Choco Bang!
Dunkin, pasalubong ng bayan.
Uy, may chismis sa maladyosang aktres.
Ay, sino?
Kaya lalong gumaganda kasi may ibang nag-aalaga.
Clue.
Kaya kong sabihin na si Christine Hermosa to.
Ay, hala!
Di yan chismis. May iba pang nag-aalaga sa akin.
Ay, Christine, share mo yan!
Silka Papaya Soap with papaya enzymes and vitamin E para sa kutis na alaga. Kitang-kita ang ganda. Kutis Alaganda.
With regular use. Sa 65 grams, 18 pesos lang na SRP, achieve mo ang Cutis Alaganda, Christine Hermosa, with regular use. Bili na! Have a Cutis Alaganda with regular use with the #1 beauty bar soap in the Philippines, Silka Papaya Soap.
Nagpapatuloy ang Power and Play sa Radyo 5 True FM.
Power and Play with Noli, Eala. Isa pong pagbate, shoutout, happy birthday sa aking kaibigan and kasama po namin sa Joyride Philippines, si Rico Meneses. Happy birthday!
Happy birthday, Rico! Happy
Rico,
birthday!
paano naman kami ni partner Jera dyan? Paano naman kami?
Schedule na natin yan.
Hilig din sa masasarap na alak yan. Kaya, happy birthday, Rico. Brother. Alright, at this point mga kapatid, malapit na po magsimula ang season 87 ng UAAP. It's in a few weeks. And of course, a lot of talk has been about the Olympics. But very quietly, all of the teams have been building up. You know, a lot of the teams sumasali sa iba't ibang mga liga, partner. And of course, a regular favorite, of course, of many fans are the Ateneo Blue Eagles. But lately, it's been a challenge. And right now, tayo maswerte that we will have with us now the head coach of no less than the Ateneo Blue Eagles, Coach Tab Baldwin, of course, former national coach as well. Good morning, Tab. It's good to see you.
Good morning, guys. Good to see you as well.
Tab.
I'm with Jera Season. Of course, we played.
Yeah, we played golf together.
In golf, and we're missing you in golf, man.
There's not much time for golf these days, Tom.
Well, you know, we're talking about the build-up for season 87, and I want to start there. How is the off-season of the Ateneo Blue Eagles? I understand you established camp at Inspire Academy just recently. How's it been going, Tab, so far?
We've had a very eventful off-season. It's been very challenging. You know, the early part of the year is pretty much always dominated by a lot of development work in the team and a lot of recruiting. And you know, it was a challenging time. We had a lot of young players coming in, and several of those players didn't arrive until after their high school, you know, finished their graduation. So May, June, and so we haven't had a lot of cohesion. We haven't had a lot of opportunity to build chemistry until probably the last month. And it seems now that the team is playing much better. It seems that we're starting to put some wins on the board in preseason games. And, you know, we've got a little bit of momentum going into the season over the last month. So we're happy, we're excited, but I think it's going to be a challenging year for us.
If you were to, assess what you were trying to do in the off season, what specifically were you hoping to achieve, Tab? Aside from just getting everyone together, given what's in front of the team right now.
It's always the same thing, Tom. We spend the first 4 or 5 months really working on individual player development. We don't focus too much on the team and team chemistry because a lot of times we don't have access to all the players. The guys that are incoming freshmen, and for us this year, that's a significant portion of the team. We don't have access to them for practices. So we really do focus on, the skill development, the strength and conditioning development of the team, and pretty much leave it at that. We do play games. And as everybody saw, for instance, in the Phil Oil this year, we played 7 games and didn't win any of them. That's not something we'd like, but it isn't something that's a great concern of ours either because, frankly, we're just not ready to play games at that point of the season. So, we keep it in context. Then, by June, by the middle of June, we usually have our entire roster. And then we head overseas. We went to Australia this year, played some games there, had a training camp there, came back, went to work. Then we went into Inspire for a few days and then went off to Taiwan, played another tournament, and, performed better as you would expect because we've had more time together.
Yeah,
and
Coach.
Now we're back to work.
Yeah, Coach. Can you more or less, since a few weeks from now, UAP will start. What is the nucleus right now of your team, the roster, and just like what you said a while ago, you have a lot of rookie players. Can you mention some of the players that you think would really deliver for this year?
Well, I'm never a big one in getting into what individuals I think are going to step up, especially at this time. You don't know. You don't know what injuries might occur. Also, we're still in the process of feeling what our roster is going to look like. I mean, there's some obvious names there with our 2 captains, Chris Kuhn and Sean Catavas.
Yeah.
Drew Bongo has performed well in the preseason. Jared Bahai was a big recruit for us. So he and Ian Espinoza will probably share a lot of point guard responsibilities. And I think LeBron Nieto, and Josh Lazaro played significant roles for us last year, and they'll obviously, carry a greater burden going into this year. But in terms of the new players, they're feeling their way. I think they're all excited, but we just have to kind of continue to build and develop chemistry. We're never a team that worries too much about featuring individuals and so we'll keep it where we think the chemistry of the team is the priority. We can establish a good culture and good chemistry, which I think over the last few weeks we've seen good signs. Then we believe that playing hard and playing smart can lead to good results. That's kind of where we're at right now.
You've lost some pretty good names, of course. Kai Balungay, Paul Garcia, Jared Brown, of course, are all moving on. And of course, Mason Amos. You have some guys now that have come in, Coach Tab. Jared Bahai, is with you. Names that I've read, like the brother of AJ Edu, and of course Christian Porter. Just talk about these kids, their potential. What do you see from them, and how excited are you to be working with these three names right now?
Well, look, potential is the right word, and the other right word that you used is kids. And I don't say that in terms of their human maturity. I say that in terms of their UAAP experience. They're very much kids. And, anybody that's been around this league any amount of time, and you guys both certainly have, you understand that there's very few freshmen that walk into this league and are, any kind of certainly dominant.
Yeah.
But you're going to see them all play because they do have potential. They are very good recruits for us. They're talented kids. They're good players, and we need depth. So for all of those reasons, they'll be playing. But you're also going to see them make typical freshman mistakes. You're also going to see them sit on the bench, possibly at key moments. Because the UAAP, if it is one thing, it is a league that features experienced players in the big moments. And the big moments are what make or break your season. So I don't get too excited about the young kids. Certainly if one or two or more of them happen to feature for us this year, we'll be extremely thrilled about that. But my anticipation is that we'll depend on the veteran players, and the veteran players have to step up and both perform and be role models for our younger players. And if the younger players like Femi Edu and Jared Bahai and Christian and Waki Espina and these guys, if they can make the adjustment quickly, then we'll see good things because they're talented players. But if they're typical freshmen, then we'll see them playing a bit part here and there and building their resumes for the future.
Just like any other rookie in any other league, of course. Tab, there's an elephant in the room, and obviously I'll have to ask this. And of course, it's about Mason Amos. That's all moved for. I mean, that ship has sailed, obviously. But I just want to ask: have you spoken to him? Has there been closure, at least between the two of you? Not necessarily with the Ateneo. And how much has this impact your program?
You use one of these, these 21st century words with me, Noli, which is closure. I don't buy into that garbage.
So there's no closure.
Mason made his decision. For me, there was immediate closure, if you will.
Okay.
I think the players were shocked, but we've moved on. The players have moved on. We have a job to do. The emphasis of our program is always about building culture and building chemistry. Mason, for his reasons, didn't want to be a part of that. That's fine. You move on, and he's got his journey to live, and we have ours, and we certainly don't spend a lot of time looking in the rearview mirror. So it's a non-issue for us now. For other people, it may continue to be an issue, and that's for them to think about, talk about, and deal with. For us, we're playing better basketball now than we did 2 months ago, 4 months ago, and that's obviously where our focus is.
All right.
So, good for him. We'll see him in a year's time, and we'll see then if that that issue rears its head again. But for us right now, we're concentrating on what we've got and the season ahead.
Yeah, Coach, one more thing. As a former coach of Gilas Pilipinas, how would you assess the performance of the current team right now? What's your take?
I thought they did a great job. I like to think that, with all the experience that I've had, that sometimes I can, have a different viewpoint on things that occur in the basketball landscape. And it was interesting the way that Tim took over and he had a very small pool of players, effectively his roster. I thought that was risky. And in the end, he went to the OQT with only 11 players. But that didn't really hurt them. I think Tim got by really well with the strategy that he used. their performances since he's taken over have been really solid. Winning the Asian Games is a great feather in your cap. That is not an easy thing to do.
Yeah.
But I think one thing that people don't realize is the OQT, the Olympic qualifying tournament, is generally regarded in the world of basketball as the toughest basketball tournament in the world, followed closely by the Olympics. And, they went over there and they played well. And, they acquitted themselves well. And sometimes, I know it's not a popular thing to say or talk about, but, when you're assessing a team's performance, when you're assessing a coach's performance, you really do have to look at the performance as well as the results. Maybe not equally, but certainly you can't discount the performance. And the performance of Gilas was very good. The performance and the type of play he got out of his players was really good. So, I think they're in a good way right now. Obviously, they've got to worry about Justin Brownlee and his age, but he's done a great job for them. He's an outstanding servant of Philippine basketball. He should be applauded for that. But, looking forward, they've got to start thinking about, and I know they have been, they've got to start thinking about, are we going to put all of our, eggs into one basket with a new import? Or are they going to have maybe a pool of imports and choose from a pool to strengthen their team for various events as they arise?
Well, and of course, as moving forward, really getting the availability of all of these players again as we begin our preparations for the next cycle. But let me just go back a little bit, Tab. In the UAAP, we've seen this. Well, it's not a trend yet, but we've seen this incidents where we've seen players moving from one team to another. Kian Baclaan, another guy from UE, and of course Mason Amos. Should this be a concern in the UAAP about this sudden transfers of, let's not say superstars, but promising players to other teams that could disrupt the competitiveness of the league?
Well, it depends on your perspective. I mean, if you're a player, you love it because it's basically like the NCAA in the United States. It's becoming more of a free market situation. Player plays well. And, people can say whatever they want about the recruiting process, but really it comes down to why are you motivated to move? And usually there's one of two reasons. You're unhappy or you feel like you're going to get more value at the next stop on your journey. Those are the two reasons. Should players be prevented from moving? Well, that's dangerous as well. I think the UAAP has taken a step in that direction by saying that now you lose, if you move from UAAP school to another UAAP school, you lose 2 years of eligibility. You still only sit one. And I don't think that's a huge disincentive because generally you're talking about, I guess, the higher caliber players to be the ones that are going to be moving. And the other trend that you didn't mention is players leaving early for their professional career.
Right.
So is it really a disincentive to lose a second year of eligibility when in many cases they're probably going to go pro early? So, is it good for the UAAP? No. And that's why the UAAP made the move that they did to, try to cement players in their initial decisions. Is it good for the players? Yes, because they can extract more value for their ability. So again, it's a question of perspective.
Right.
Obviously, when it affects your program negatively, you're against it. When it affects your program positively, you think it's the greatest thing. If you're not a realist in this world, then you're a showman.
Yeah.
And, Noli, there's one thing you know very well that I've never been. It's a showman.
I know that. Except when you make a birdie on the hole. Except when you make a birdie on golf. Yeah, I know that.
I take our sport, our competition very seriously. I always have. My opinion about whether something is good or not is just one man's opinion.
Right.
So it isn't important.
Yeah.
But I think that the discussion is important.
Yeah.
And if you're looking at it from the standpoint of the UAAP, there should be concerns.
Yeah. Well,
looking at the standpoint of players, then God bless them, and they all want to get as much value for their ability as possible. So that's where we're at.
Well, it's a free market of narratives as well, and I think your opinion always will count, Coach Tab, because obviously yours is a voice of reason. Let me ask you before I let you go. You have always been tagged as the favorites, the Ateneo Blue Eagles in the UAAP. But now people are saying, because of all of the developments, all of the things that have happened during the offseason, and of course what the other teams have done, the Ateneo Blue Eagles is now maybe an underdog. What your take on that, Coach?
There's no question we're underdogs. You could write that in permanent marker on the whiteboard. And that isn't going to change. That is our perspective of ourselves. We want to be very honest with ourselves. I don't like the term rebuilding year, but when we have most likely half of our playing 16 will be first-year players, including our foreign student athlete, I think it would be very foolish for anybody to, run down to the casino and start betting heavy on the Blue Eagles as, favorites for the UAAP this year. We don't mind being the underdog. We know that there are some psychological advantages that come with that. We intend to exploit every one of those. And we don't think it's a hard sell to the players. Sometimes players want to feel like they're the best, and that's fine. But that in our program only comes as a byproduct of extremely hard work and getting results. And our preseason has not been blessed with good results. But the players are working hard. Our front line is significantly diminished in a way that we never expected. When you lose Gio Chu, Kai Balungai, Mason Amos, all players who had more eligibility and we expected to be playing this year, you lose a very outstanding import in Joe Obasa, and you have to replace all of that pretty much overnight. It's not an easy thing to do. However, there won't be any excuses coming out of our camp. So we are knuckling down to the work that we have to do. We intend to come out and be, maybe not the Blue Eagles this year, but the Battling Eagles. And I guarantee you that this group of guys is going to fight extremely hard. And it won't just be one big fight. It'll be game after game. This group of guys will be fighting like we haven't seen the Blue Eagles fight in years.
Well, it'll be an exciting time, of course. It's always good to be an underdog because then everyone comes out and starts rooting for the team. Yeah. And, when you're a favorite, people expect you to win. Now, the fans, the Ateneo faithful will have to come out and really cheer on the team for one more big fight. I just noticed, though, that you're in green. So, that's something, Tab, that you gotta...
You have to change your shirt.
Champion. A very good friend, Topex Robinson.
Absolutely. Well, that also means that you've got to play more golf. I hope to see you one of these days, just before, after you finish the season. But we look forward to the Ateneo Blue Eagles in season 87. Good luck, Tab, and again, thank you for joining us today.
Good luck, Coach.
Thanks, guys, and all the best, and God bless to you guys and to all of your listeners.
Thank you so much. Kaibigan, ang head coach ng Ateneo Blue Eagles, the one and only Tab Baldwin. Again, mahirap ang kanyang pwesto, but ganun talaga ang buhay sa basketball paikot-ikot partner.
Parity nga.
Kita mo nga, green na nga Gusto ko nga tanungin, ikaw ba lilipat ka na rin? Baka susunod kay Mason Amos. No, I'm just joking, Tab. I know you can understand me. Alright, before we give you our special guest, just before we leave today, well, isa muna pong pagpapasalamat sa lahat po ng mga tagapagtaguyod ng Power and Play. We'd like to thank all of our sponsors, of course. ang Cherry Loom, ang yerong may aluminum sa ganitong pabago-bagong panahon mga kapatid, sobrang init tapos biglang ulan. Kailangan natin ng matibay at protektadong bubong. Dapat ng bubong ay yerong may aluminum. Kapag may aluminum, tsak na pangmatagalan. At isa lang ang alam kong di kalidad na yerong may aluminum, yan ang Cherry Loom, tibay protektado sa pangmatagalang yero. Cherry Loom, ang yerong may aluminum.
Thank you!
Cherry Tiggo 7 Pro Hybrid, easy on the fuel, stylish and with advanced functionality features. This is the Cherry Tiggo 7 Pro Hybrid, equipped with a panoramic sunroof, power tailgate, wireless mobile phone charging, and a 360-degree around view monitor, plus a 48-volt mild hybrid system that lets you drive with ease and optimal fuel consumption. Perfect for work, road trips, or other personal journeys. If you're looking for a classic car that boasts new technologies and fuel efficiency at the right price, look no further. Enter the new era of green mobility the practical way with the Cherry Tiggo 7 Pro Hybrid. Visit www.cherryauto.ph for more information or test drive at any Cherry dealership near you.
Thank you!
Joyride, ang inyong bagong kasundo. No more waiting na sa Joyride QR code instant booking. Parahin lang ang Joyride MC Taxi driver at i-generate ang QR code sa Joyride Super App. Ipascan ito sa driver para match agad. Download or update to the latest version of the Joyride Super App. Meron din kaming Joyride Super Taxi Hatid Airport. Sa Joyride Super Taxi Hatid Airport Service, wala nang hassle sa pagpunta sa airport para sa inyong flight. Pre-book a ride to the airport from 2 weeks to 24 hours prior to your departure. Simply fill out the pre-booking form through the Joyride link or scan the QR code to fill out the pre-booking form. For inquiries, you may call Joyride Super Taxi Hatid Airport hotline at 0920-948-6550.
Thank you!
717 Deli, serving quality classic premium sandwiches. Treat yourself to a feel-good meal today. Located at 3rd floor, 53 Connecticut Street, Green Hills, San Juan. 717 Deli, keep you smiling with every bite.
Thank you!
Skin, your face and body anti-aging center with branches at Alabang Town Center and Green Hills, San Juan. For your skin assessment and treatment schedule, please call 0917-890-1640 or 0977-809-8886.
Thank you!
Smart, live more today.
Thank you!
Rudy Project Shades, get ready for a game-changing partnership. We proudly welcome Rudy Project, your go-to for premium sports eyewear and gear. Elevate your performance and style with Rudy Project.
Thank you!
And Akari Lightning. Maraming salamat po sa lahat ng ating mga sponsors ng Power and Play.
Thank you!
Alright mga kapatid, we are just about ready. Naku, recently a big news hit us tungkol sa ating golfer na ngayon ay perhaps the best amateur golfer on the women's side in the world. At siya po ang ating itatampok sa In the Spotlight. Recently po, in a span of 22 days, nanalo po ang ating pambato sa golf ng 2 titulo, ang US Girls Junior Championship at ang US Women's Amateur Championship, regarded as one of the most prestigious and oldest tournaments in the world. At siya po ang ating mga kasama ngayon sa In the Spotlight, walang iba kundi ang ating pong pinagmamalaki, Rian Maliksi. Magandang umaga, Rian.
Magandang umaga din po, Sir Noli. Thank you for having me.
Kasama rin natin si Tito Jera.
Hi, Rian. Congratulations, ha?
Congratulations. Wow. Una, are you back in the Philippines, Rian?
Yes po, I'm in Manila po.
Oh, wow, naku talaga naman. I mean, dapat ikaw ba nakabisita na sa PSC? Naimbita ka na ba? Para ano? Hindi pa, naku ha.
Darating.
Chairman Dicky, andyan po si Rian. Andito po yung champion natin, Chairman. Alright, well, Ria, again, congratulations. So, you called your championship in the US Women's Amateur and of course in the US Girls Junior as surreal. Parang panaginip. Nagising ka na ba? Do you understand the magnitude of what you did, Rian?
Yes, I understand it now po, and it has sunken in na po. Today I'm just resting and really just reflecting on how I played the past 3 weeks or so, and yeah, I've been happy po.
Yeah, oo nga eh. Kung siguro talagang during that tournament, hindi mo talaga makapaniwala na ang ganda ng laro mo talaga, no? How was that feeling? Kumbaga, syempre, 'di ba? Nandoon ka sa leaderboard, 'di ba? Yung pressure, how did you handle that? Doon sa mga succeeding days.
Actually po, part po ng training ko po with my dad na I would play with a professional golfer po sa Bulacan, and then we would play 36 holes match play, and siksikan po talaga sa laban po. So I was able to handle that pressure, and it was almost the same thing po during match play yung sa States po. So I was able to handle it well po.
Sino tong professional player na to? Matanong ko lang, Rian.
Hindi Noli Eala yan, ha? Hindi Noli Eala.
Hindi Noli Eala yan.
We call him Coach Tupeng, si Coach Christopher De Los Santos po.
Christopher De Los Santos. So, wow. A lot of credit should be given to him as well. When you look at your game, Rian, and in that particular 22 days, what do you think were you able to improve sa laro mo? Kaya ang ganda ng ipinakita mo.
Honestly po, sa swing ko po, I thought medyo iffy po siya. I wasn't very comfortable po, but I was able to hit targets, and really, yung nag-click po talaga yung putting ko po. I was able to drain the putts that mattered the most, and then yun po, I kept on, my putter was just on a hot streak, and then yun po, nakuha ko na din yung title.
Talaga iba yung short game, partner.
Kaya nga, actually, maiba lang ako ng konti. I guess Rian will agree with me, di ba? Yung driver kasi, di ba, ilang holes mo lang gagamitin niya kahit malayo eh. Pero yung putter, 18 holes mo titirahin yan. Kaya importante talaga na may maganda kang putter, right?
Yes po.
Well, you played with Asterisk Tally in both tournaments and regarded now, a 15-year-old lang siya, mas bata sa'yo, pero she's regarded as one of the top prospects sa Amerika. Going in as perhaps a potential like Rose Zhang. How good is she? At sa tingin mo ba yung kanyang galing really pushed you to play even better?
Actually po, kilala ko na po si Asterisk ever since she was 12 years old. Nakalaro ko na po siya sa AJGA, tapos dun po siya nanalo. Tapos na-reunite po kami this year, a few months ago sa Sage Valley, where she won again. And then, yun po, nakita po kami ulit. And then, si Asterisk po, napakabait po na bata. Mahusay, laging po nakikipag-training din sa tatay niya. Laging nagpa-practice. Yun nga po, super galing niya po. Top 50 na din po ata siya in the world. Tapos tingin ko po, napaka-bright din po yung future niya. And I hold her to great respect po.
You mentioned a while ago, Rian, no, na ang training mo talaga dito sa Pilipinas is somewhere in Bulacan. Diba?
Yes po.
So, saan ang pinaka-home course mo dito sa Pilipinas na talaga nakuha mo yung ganyang skills mo?
Royal Northwoods po. Doon po ako nagpuspusa nag-training ever since I was 11 years old po.
And your coach is Coach Norman Santo Domingo. Tama, Rian?
Yes po.
Oo. Sabi nga ni Coach Norman, and we know Coach Norman, by the way, congratulations also. Madala si Coach Norman sa Camp Aguinaldo. Nakikita natin yan, nagtuturo ng mga kabataan. Sabi niya, you are a very hard worker. And that's really a credit to you. What else? Ano pa sa tingin mo ang gusto mo pang ma-improve? Now that you have reached this level, syempre, pataas ng pataas yan, pagaling ng pagaling ang nakakalaban mo, ano pa ang focus ng iyong training?
Feeling ko po, I've got the skills po to really compete on the really big stage. And I think po yung pwede pa po ma-improve is just my experience po, just really competing with a lot of good amateurs and professional golfers po. Actually po, next week I'll be in Korea. Paalis po ako this Monday for another KLPG event. And hopefully, tingnan ko po yung laro ko po ulit, and hopefully take that into experience po.
So papunta na ng professional si Rian, partner.
Actually, yung gusto kong alam mo Rian, sa totoo lang, di ba? You're 17 years old, di ba? Ang halos na naririnig natin sa golfing world, sila Yuka Saso, sila Bianca Pagdanganan, sila Dottie Ardena. Ngayon, now that you're in the spotlight, can you tell us more about yourself, di ba? Saan ka nagsimula? How old you started? Saan ka nag-aaral, di ba? Anong competitions na nailaban mo leading towards to where you are right now?
Okay. I started po when I was 8 po.
Wow.
My dad was taking swings po. Tapos naging curious lang po ako. Tapos dinala na po ako sa driving range. And then ever since then po, nakahiligan ko na po yung sport. And then after a month, I've started playing tournaments. And then a year after po, I started competing abroad po. And then after that, nagka-pandemic. Pero during the pandemic, dun po talaga ako gumaling kasi habang hindi po nagpa-practice pa yung mga tao,
Sarado
I was able to gain access po sa local driving range po, like 10 minutes from where I live, and I was able to practice po. And then, thankfully po, dinala din ako ng mga parents ko sa States para mag-compete. I think I stayed sa States parang mga 3 or 4 months, just playing tournaments po. And then yun po, nagsimula na din po yung journey ko po sa golf.
Do you have a favorite golfer, Rian?
Si Tiger Woods, Nelly Corda, and Minji Lee po.
Puro mga legends to. Tiger, Nelly, and Ming-Ji Lee. Wow. Talagang... let me ask you, what is your favorite go-to club, Rian?
I'd say po my 48 degree because it serves as a gap between my 52 and my pitching wedge. So it was like a perfect club I can swing with ease po.
Ilang yards? Ilang yards maximum at saka yung gitna? Matanong lang. Baka makakuha kami ng tip eh.
Yung medium po niya actually is just 95 yards, pero yung maximum niya is 108.
Oh, wow, talaga. Ang average drive mo, Rian, sa mga curious lang, ano ba ang average drive mo with your driver?
Actually po sa driver ko, I usually really hit it flat.
Okay.
So I don't carry it as far. I carry it like 240, but with roll I can roll it to 270
Not
po,
far
or
pa yan, ha?
Maiksi.
Grabe talaga. Alright, let's talk about, sabi mo nga US, you were brought to the US. Now, I understand that you have committed to Duke University, Rian, for college. And of course, you will be playing for Duke. Gaano ka ka-excited about that? And sa tingin mo, anong impact nito sa iyong future?
Super excited na po ako. I'm still under the admissions process, and then signing day will be on November po. So I'll be prepping for that, and I can't wait to be a Blue Devil next year.
So you will be playing for their team in the NCAA.
Yes pa.
Wow. And I read that they have given you a very very friendly terms. 2-year contract, or at least commitment, and then you have an option to leave if you want, to turn pro. Is that true? And yan ba ay talagang yun ang gusto mo?
Yes po. I'm very lucky po na the coaches are very understanding and very supportive of my decision in turning pro, and maybe after a year or 2 in college. And yeah, yun po yung goal ko po.
Yeah. And hopefully, no, yung na-achieve ngayon, no? At
tuloy-tuloy na yan.
Tuloy-tuloy na yan. Pagdating sa LA Olympics,
21. Yun na gusto ko tanungin. Alright.
21 years old na siya.
21 years old. Actually, na-overshadow niya nga yung Olympics.
Kaya nga, exactly.
Halos nagsabay yung balitang yun.
Oo.
And talking about that, are you already looking at 2028, Rian?
Yes po. I'll be prepping for that, and hopefully I get into more professional events and really get my ranking up.
Ranking points. So, kailangan kasi mag-rank siya eh.
Para kailangan mag-rank ka. Tsaka dapat ngayon pa lang sabihin mo na kung anong size na uniforme mo.
So, okay. Before I let you go, naubusan tayo ng oras ito, Rian. So, you are playing for Duke, but ang ultimate goal mo is obviously turning pro? Ano ba ang pathway mo towards the LPGA? Ano nakikita mong pathway mo?
I think I really have a good chance in qualifying for the LPGA. KLPGA, JLPGA is not a bad idea either, but I'm still deciding on which tour I will be trying to qualify
kung
in.
sa Asian
But
or sa
I'm thinking po, after like a year or two in college, if my game goes well po, then I think it's really time to turn pro po.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, again, just a remarkable achievement, a memorable experience. As a parting shot, how important was this win for you, Rian? Do you take this now as a bigger challenge as you move forward?
Life-changing po to. I've definitely gained a lot more attention throughout the past week or so, and I'm not used to it. And then thanks to this opportunity po, I was able to be exempted to to all of the majors in the LPGA.
Wow.
Actually, I was supposed to do AIG next week, but I can't because wala po akong visa. So I'll be going to Korea instead. And then next year po, my LPGA exemptions din po ako. Balik po ako ulit sa LA on April, tapos US Open, Chevron Championship, tsaka Amundi Evian po.
So you'll play all the majors, more or less. Basta meron
By next year. By next year.
Yes po.
Wow. How many years ang exemption mo by winning this?
Just one po.
1 year. All right. Pero wow, what an experience and terrific opportunity. And you, of course, you inspire so many young golfers, opening up new avenues for all of the Filipina golfers. Congratulations, Rian. We are so proud of you, and we look forward to seeing your name in the leaderboard all the time. And of course, looking forward to seeing you sa Olympics in 2028. Maraming salamat.
Maraming
Rian.
salamat. Congratulations again, Rian.
Maraming salamat din po.
Mga kaibigan, ang ating pong champion amateur golfer, US Women's Amateur Champion, US Junior Girls Champion, Rian Maliksi. What else can you say? And now, papunta na siya sa kanyang pangarap.
Actually, tama yung sabi mo na overshadow yung problema doon sa sa golfers natin sa Paris.
At least, di ba?
At least, di ba?
Merong bright light.
May bright light.
Alright, bago po tayo magtapos, syempre, gusto namin pong i-announce ni Partner Jera ang mga nanalo sa Joyride Top Up Promo. Ang nanalo po ay sila Eloisa Ann Labro, Charlene Suyo, Maricel Carion, MJ Cabral at si Edward Milano. 1,000 pesos e-wallet credits para sa inyo lahat. Para sa inyong Joyride services sa susunod nyo pong paggamit ng Joyride Super App. And that'll do it for us ngayong Sabado. Ang dami natin nakausap, partner. Next time.
Late pa ako dyan, ha?
Late ka pa yan. Next time, ha? Uy, meron pa pala. Yung ating Joyride Aqua Flash winners, meron pala this week, ha? Si Jen Testa, ang ating pasahero, at si Mario Billones. Ang mayaman to. Mario Billones Jr.
Tinalo niya si Yulo, si Kaloy.
Tinalo niya si Kaloy. Alright, mga kapatid. Salamat po sa inyong pagsama sa amin ngayong umagang ito. Again, lagi po natin sinasabi tuwing Sabado, bawal ang masungit. At sa lahat po ng ating gawain, ad maiorem Dei gloriam, all for the greater glory of God. Kami po ang 1PH. Teleserbisyo para sa Pilipino. Susunod na po ang inay ko po.
Happy sporty weekend sa inyo lahat po.
More power!
More play!
Sa kapwa ko Pilipino, ipagmalaki ang galing na meron tayo. Ilantad ang likas nating talento at magdala ng saya sa mundo. Sa harap ng pagsubok ay di susuko. Para sa pangarap tayo'y porsigido. Koto kitang gilas na pagpapatalo. Ipagdiwang natin ang Pilipino. Yan ang Pinoy. Mula noon at hanggang ngayon, talento natin ang bida. Mula sa simpleng bakuran hanggang entablado natin ipakita. May pagsubok man ng Pinoy, pinalalakas ng saya. San man tayo sa pulo, sumbe, sibay, lakay, amiga. Sama-sama pakita, ang galing natin katropa. Sa kapwa ko